What's up, guys? Gonna give people a couple seconds to get in here. Let's see. Let's make sure everything's working on my end. Yeah, it's all working. Here's everyone's favorite player right here. Before we get started on this, I don't know how valid it is. James Rapine's talking about how close we were to a contract with Jamar. You never know, James Rapine. So today we're going to start with week 17, and then we're going to go down to week 1 of this past year. And that's kind of the plan right now. We're going to kind of move a little bit because the uploads on YouTube get a little weird if I go a little bit too long. So this is the Bengals' first offensive snap. Obviously, we have no Joe Burrow. So it's going to look a little bit different. You're going to have Jake Browning. Looks like we're actually going under center here in a jumbo personnel. So you got a tight end here and here. And then obviously your 5 down linemen. So um, let's take a look and see what we call here. I believe this is an incompletion to Drew Sample, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Jake Browning just misses him. He's wide open there. My allergies are still killing me, if you can't tell. So we motion him back across the line of scrimmage, set up the play action. He's got a little bit of pressure in his face. He should still be able to make that throw there, though, to Drew, even if he's not really a receiving threat. And we'll see, like, the Chiefs' pressure later on in the game really becomes a problem. So we now are doing kind of what the Chiefs were doing on offense yesterday when we watched. We went from heavy personnel to having 3 wide receivers at the top of your screen there. That's the multiple kind of looks that I feel like we can still provide. That's what separates us from other teams. All right, so now it's third and long. Mixon picks up maybe a yard or two. And now you spread out 5 wide. You're motioning him back into the backfield to play his H-back role. He's going to step up in blitz protection. Oof, Jake Browning takes a shot right at the sticks there. That's close. So again, you're moving Drew Sample around. He's going to come up. He gets just enough of Chris Jones to give Jake Browning an opportunity to get up. I do not want to see Burrow take too many of those. All right, so are we lining up for it? Is this fourth? Yeah, it's fourth. Oh no, they gave it to us. They gave it to us on the measurement. Okay. So there you go, Joe Mixon. What's up, Vike? How you doing today, man? I need to go over sleeper. I woke up this morning and I had like 15 notifications of like different roster moves and waiver claims. So I have to like go take a look, see what all's going on. And see if I got my guy. Again, a bit heavier of a look than you're used to seeing from the Bengals, bringing in that inline tight end there. Mixon's eating back-to-back carries. Hopefully we don't go away from the run game, cough, cough. Karras is moving people. Volson's moving people. Mixon's able to find that little crease in the defensive line there. Can't get mad about these 5-6 yard carries. So third and short, come out in jumbo personnel. Jake Browning just picks an A gap and goes. Easy first. You think they'll move Jones around similar to what Patriots did? Yes, I definitely think so. Chris Jones just got blown off the snap there. Teddy K and Alex Kappa got just enough. Yeah, again, like I think that's kind of the modern NFL at this point. Like we saw it last year where Myles Garrett was moved all around and, lined up against whatever matchup you could think of. Um, I definitely think they'll try to do the same, but the flip side of that is Orlando Brown had a really good game on Sunday. I think Trent Brown wasn't great. He wasn't terrible. He was, again, he offers you more upside than what Jonah did at your right tackle position. Kappa really struggled. So if I'm the Chiefs, I'm really looking at how good is Volson going to be in pass pro? How good is Kappa going to be in pass pro? I would probably still want to keep him on the interior D line. Fuck the Browns, exactly. Fuck the Browns. Jake Browning's just finding shit all over the field. Nobody's open, so he hits the scramble, gets a first down. It's a good double team there by Karras and Kappa. What's up, Trim? Welcome up. J-Dub, welcome up. How are you boys doing today? Yep, I can hear you now. My headset actually turned off right as you were about to talk. Oh, you're super muffled now. You're really quiet, really low.
What's up, man?
Trim? We're gonna have to sit in a muddy pocket at times, take shots in the middle of the field. Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah, it is better.
All right. You just started?
Just started. This is week 17 from last year.
I think we screen them and screen them and screen them like we did last year.
Until they show they could stop it, yeah.
Until they bring them safeties, one of those safeties down to stop the screen, and then that's when you take advantage of them over the top.
This is a damn good first drive of the game right here. And I think it's such a good drive because we kind of talked about it where we struggled against the Patriots. We won first down a lot.
I mean, look how many screens we're running. Short passes, screens. Like, it's just shit that pisses them off. That's annoying. We're getting 5 yards a touch because we're just taking the yards that are right there. If he was on the Texans, that would have been a touchdown. I'm kidding.
If he's on the Texans, it might have been blocked up a little bit better. It wasn't blocked poorly, but that Texans O-line's legit. Shaq Mason, Laramie Tunsil. Look at Jake. Look at that pocket. That's a good pocket right there.
Man, they was blocking wonderful for Browning.
I think they were blocking well for Burrow. I just think Burrow he got panicked a little bit. I don't think he fully trusts the O-line yet, which is fair, but I think that's just a rhythm and timing thing for him. He's got to understand this is the best O-line he's ever had.
Well, let me put it like this. Jonah was blocking well for Browning sometimes, but that last game.
Yeah.
Jonah ain't here, so.
Thank God. Cardinals fans are trying to tell us that Jonah was good for one game. It's like, oh, we've seen it all before.
He hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yes, we get for getting Joe Burrow hurt. Karma. But lucky for him, he can still play later on in the season. Joe Burrow couldn't.
Only issue with that is I don't trust Moss enough to take those screens, and Brown won't be in enough on rundowns to sell the screen. Well, yeah, I think that's where we talked about my biggest issue with the Bengals play calling on Sunday was the personnel groupings they were using. And, if it's a 2-minute drill where you're forced to throw the football because you're behind in the game or you're trying to get points, Zach Moss shouldn't be on the field. Chase Brown should be. It's the same as the Super Bowl conversation. Why is P. Ryan out there and not Joe Mixon? I don't care about pass blocking in that situation. I care about who's the best players that are going to get me in a position to win the game.
See, I forgot they had practice today. See, now that they had practice, I'm starting to feel upset again. I would have started them, open the doors and Paycor and make them run hundreds. Just to start off, it's like that was unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, again, and I blame the loss. Everybody can take a little piece of blame. Burrow was to blame. I think our offensive play calling was to blame. I think Lou Anarumo's scheme was to blame. I think D-line. You can even blame the front office, Like you're fucking around with these guys all off season about contracts. You're like, yeah, their mind's not on football. Like there's enough blame to go around everywhere for that. Is a top to bottom organizational meltdown on Sunday. So, but
you see that article James wrote out about the Chase contract? That made me mad.
And typically I don't believe James Rapine. And I said it a little bit earlier. Like if James is correct, I know Zim has said like very similar. James is a Browns fan, so I kind of like take issue with him talking Bengal stuff. But
wait, for real?
Yeah, James went and he was calling himself Juice Rapine up north. Like he left the Bengals for a minute. Zim just put something in the chat. He said APY is perfect. That's why Chase said it's not a penny. The guarantees the Bengals one to kick in later and not initially. That's why he said we just got to move a couple numbers. He would have been the highest paid without a caveat. That makes no sense. Yeah. No, and that's the reason why I'm like, if we're hearing that from everybody, I tend to believe it. And I think that's also why he's playing, because the Bengals recognize his worth and his value. It's more of the contract details needing to be ironed out instead of the base deal. The article written today is word for word what I said in playback after the game. Yeah. That's why I'm believing it. I typically don't trust James Rapine. You and I have had those talks before, though, about why I don't trust James Rapine. All right, let's see here. Again, heavy personnel, even out of shotgun. Look at Drew Sample making plays. It's crazy why hesitating guarantees when you know this is a guy you're going to keep for the long run, regardless of anything happening. That I don't know. I have no idea about that. That's where it's like, again, I get it. Business is business. They're going to move like a business. He's going to move like, Jamar's going to move. But again, it's the same thing as the Burrow stuff. Like, what a throw. Browning just threw a dot right there. But again, it's Jamar. Even if he gets injured like year 1 or year 2, you're still going to keep him. You invested a first-round pick in him. You've seen what he can do for your offense. Again, bending over backwards means fuck your guarantees, get it done, right? But apparently not.
If we score, so that one, there was one drive where we had a turnover on downs inside the red zone. If we score there, we win this game.
Yeah, and then your playoff hopes are alive and well. Drew Sample mauling George Karlaftis in the run game. If you're the Bengals, I feel like on Sunday, you got to find a way to get Eric All and Drew Sample out there on as many snaps as you can. Here you go, Mix.
He's not good. He's not explosive. Doesn't break tackle. Yeah.
He should have broken that,
Yeah, apparently. I got in this space after Sunday, and they were talking about Mixon. I won't say any names, but somebody was just like, he still ain't breaking any tackles. I don't give a fuck how many tackles he broke. He had 180 yards. Like
that was my main thing last year. if you're pissed off at a guy for not breaking enough tackles when his first contact is near the bottom of the league, then you're worried about the wrong shit. The reason why I think like Pacheco's not a great running back is because I think anyone can run behind that interior offensive line in Kansas City. And, you put Joe Mixon back there, it's going to be the same results, if not better, because he's more of a receiving threat than Pacheco. But nobody wants to blame the offensive line. Jonah was fine. We actually should have tagged Jonah and let T walk because Jonah's that valuable.
Yeah.
We all know who said that. Look at Drew Sample.
If T practice limited today, he's playing this week.
Yeah, and we'll see. We'll see. I know Zim was saying some stuff earlier this week, the night after the game about T. We'll see. We'll see what it's really all about. Again, double tight ends here. I mean, Chase Brown, not explosive enough. He should have broken those tackles there. Now let's see what we do after this one. The last time we had 12 on the last drive where I really noticed it, we went immediately from 12 all the way back to I don't even think we had a true tight end. I think we had a running back and 4 wide receivers out there. And yeah, you go from you still got a tight end out there in the backfield, but you go from or not in the backfield in the slot, but you go from running that kind of more condensed, like heavier look to spreading them out sideline to sideline. Mixon gets a chip and release. First down. How do we have the highest pressure rate on a QB? Again, our tackling was the worst. Again, like I talked about, I think Trey had a good game in terms of pressures and all that, but if your pressures aren't translating to sacks, then what are they really doing for us,
Well, I mean, that we left the gaps for the for him to step up and get out the pocket.
Exactly.
Like usually they're supposed to I thought we got Sheldon Rankins for this, but you push the pocket far enough back that if he does try to step up and out, the interior can grab him. And those all turn into sacks. So if we turn 3 of those scrambles into 3 sacks, game looks different game. As well.
Yeah. And that's where we were talking about what made that D-line special in 21. You had Trey Hendrickson. There's Joe Mixon, one of the most underrated receiving backs in the NFL. But that's what makes the D-line at 21 so special is you have Larry Ogunjobi there who can push the pocket like that, and you have Trey Hendrickson, and it made Trey's pressures, it helped him on a lot of sacks, and that's what Sheldon Rankins needs to do. Now it's one game. I'm not gonna fully be out on the guy, but he kind of sucked on Sunday. And obviously our other defensive end really sucked in the pass rushing game on Sunday. So need to find some answers quick.
KJ Henry should have at least got out there for a few snaps. I mean, even Othai should have got more than 3 pass rushing snaps.
Yeah. Sam Hubbard having a whopping 0% pass rush win rate on 50 snaps. It's not good enough. I wouldn't be mad at a bunch of 12 and eliminate one of the bottom tier receivers off the field if they won't play Burton. I definitely agree. I think you have the athleticism in your tight end room. I mean, Drew Sample's not a great receiving tight end, but he was making plays this game. If Drew Sample's catching these kind of dump off passes and getting 8-9 yards, I'm not mad at it. This is off a turnover here. Jake Browning just taking what he can get. There's 8 yards on first down. This was our problem all day on Sunday. We were not getting enough positive on first, and when we were, we went on scoring drives. And if we want to look back, or look ahead, I should say, to what the Ravens did, the Chiefs' defense really struggles against quarterbacks who can get outside the pocket and pick up positive yards with their legs. Mixon's a little bit hesitant there instead of just, getting his head down, trying to pick up a couple yards. T. Huddy and Charlie Jones need to get the Darius Phillips treatment. I don't think they're going to, but Tanner Hudson especially, he should be inactive this week. Ooh, look at Jake Browning. Is Jake Browning dotting up the Chiefs like this?
Browns just placed one Thornhill in IR.
Ooh, that's their starting safety.
Yep.
Tanner Hudson sits down. Where was that? Where was that, T. Huddy?
He caught the pass.
Yeah.
Just fucking put the ball away.
He didn't feel anybody around him.
Yeah.
Outside run to Mixon. He really doesn't have the speed to get the edge there. I think if that's Chase Brown, he hits that a bit earlier. Not a bad play call, though. I do like testing the edge of a run defense. Again, like personnel decisions there. If you know you're going to run to the outside, bring in Chase Brown. If you're going to run between the tackles, leave in Joe Mixon. Jake getting out of the pocket, extending the play. Getting some positive yards. Irwin did not block anything. Again, he senses the pressure from Karlaftis. He's able to get out. Again, just win each individual down. It's not about big plays.
I can't hear him.
I can't either. That's clearly a pass interference. But again, he sees that one-on-one shot to Jamar, so he takes it. He doesn't ask questions. He just throws it up. They pass off that stunt really well on the O-line there. Look at Jamar talking his shit. Not big on that on first down. It almost works. But if you're going to run the football there, I want to get Joe Mixon a head start. I would go under center there instead of running a zone right there. Because you can see they're not biting on it at all. I mean, how many guys do they have in the box here? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 guys right here crowding the line of scrimmage or in the box. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to block 9. I understand, like, you're not going to want to motion in like a wide receiver to block on this. That's how Tank Dell got hurt. But again, if you bring Jake Browning under center, you let Joe Mixon start back here. You can let him kind of pick. You could design an A gap. He could cut back. That's what Joe Mixon likes to do. But again, going spread look, it makes your life even harder if you don't have the numbers to block these guys. Because watch what 23 is able to do. Watch what 22 does. They fly up, and now you're outnumbered. So, random question, why don't we have Wildcat formation for situations like this? Because I think Wildcat's a little bit gimmicky, and I think that's what they think too. Now, this is what I want to see right here. Come on, Jake. Almost makes something out of it, too. That's there if Jake doesn't stumble. But again, if you're first and goal at the 1, I'm leaving all my big bodies in. Let's say we get this situation again. Love that by Jake. But let's say we get this situation again. First down, second down. If Mims is healthy, I'm bringing in Mims. I'm keeping Drew Sample. I'm keeping Eric All. And I'm just going to run the football. That's all I'm going to do. That's a mentality thing. You shouldn't have to get cute at the 1 yard line. You should be able to win that. And honestly, if it's 4th and short and it's 4th and 1 like that again, I'm calling it again. Like, you should be able to win at least 25%, which is a touchdown. You know, it's 1 yard. We moved the ball well against them. What happened? I think we stopped moving the ball well in the second half.
Yeah. I feel like it was after that 3 and out or that 4 and out.
We lost some momentum there.
Yeah, and we just stopped being able to really move it.
And they started to stay home a little bit more for Jake Browning's legs. He got him a couple times early. We don't have to make it more difficult than it have to be. We just need to put the ball in our playmaker's hands. That's it. Yeah. I mean, really, like that's what I liked about Jake Browning on that one there is it's third and goal from the 5. You see Jamar in a one-on-one. You put the ball where only he can catch it, and it's either Jamar's going to make a play or you're going to get a DPI, and that's exactly what happened. There's our screen that kind of gets blown up there. It's good on Bolton to stay home there. All right, so they're showing they're bringing 5. They really bring 4. 1 sits out to spy. Oh, come on, Huddy. There's an airdrop for him. All right, so far in this, what we're seeing from the Chiefs defense is they're showing blitz. Try to confuse the quarterback pre-snap, so we don't know if it's actually coming or not. They're running stunts on the D-line to try and confuse the O-line. Terrible punt. Yeah, it is. It's Brad Robbins. All right, here we go. We're back. They're showing 4 down here. Mixon just gets a little caught up doing the stutter step stuff instead of just hitting it and taking what he can get. There you go. I feel like that's where you could really attack this Chiefs defense is if you just go. Just go and take what you can get there. Even if it doesn't sound like much, but the difference between like a 2nd and 8 and a 2nd and 10 is, a couple yards. And how many times have we seen 1 yard matter in the NFL? There you go. See? He just hits it and goes. There's a good gain. It's a real good gain there on 2nd down. Makes it 3rd and manageable. Jake Browning with the easy conversion. Look at 20. They've had him playing way up high. Seen that in a couple now. Let's go back to this real quick because this is an interesting thing. So Jake Browning's been kind of getting loose. Yeah, your receivers get no separation here. But let me slow this down real quick. Jake's been kind of getting loose here on defense, picking up some yards. So watch what ends up happening. They rush 1, they rush 2. This guy drops the spy. This guy's spying and just kind of mirroring whatever the quarterback does. And it feels like he's spying. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing there, but you're now dropping these guys to respect what the quarterback's doing, and that makes his time in the pocket way easier because in reality, you got this blocked. Yeah, these guys are all spying. So they really dropped like 3 just to mirror for whichever way Jake breaks out of the pocket there. There you go, Joe. That was on 1st down, yeah. And there's Joe Mixon on 2nd and long. Picks up a 1st down. You can run on these guys. They got 95 lined up all the way out here, trying to exploit a matchup against one of our tackles, so they're a little bit lighter on the interior of the D line. We recognize that, and we're able to just run. I think why we were moving the ball so well and what kind of eventually fucked us in this game is we didn't put them away when we were moving the ball well. And then you had to rely on Jake Browning to make some plays, and that's not Jake Browning. Jake Browning's not that QB. Joe Burrow can be, but Jake Browning cannot be that guy. So let's see here. Where are we at? I believe this is 3rd quarter. Solid run. Solid run on 1st down. Now they got 95 right back here. Good pocket. Browning just kind of misses a throw. It's a tough throw, but it's what you should be able to make to Jamar. How many do they end up bringing here? They got 4 down. They rush 1 off the edge. Mixon picks it up well. Yeah. Browning just misses a throw. motioning Jamar. We haven't seen a ton of pre-snap motion. I feel like we've seen it a couple times, but they rush 4. There you go. You get the ball, Tanner Hudson. There's a first down. T.I. getting snaps and no targets is nasty, man. Just wasted space on the field. Yeah, it really is. Again, solid first down gain. You get 4 or 5 yards. Jake Browning doesn't like the first look where Jamar sits and he doesn't get the ball to him. He extends the play by rolling out of the pocket this way. Jamar reads that. He cuts up field. He makes sure he's in a position where the quarterback can get the ball to him. That's some great off-script movement there by Jamar.
That's the scramble drill that guy was telling you about.
Yeah, the scramble drill on a design boot. Just yapping to yap. All right, you got T.I. doing cardio top of the screen. Did he see a DPI there? Let's see this. Watch 87 here. Yeah, he's there a bit early, but they normally don't call that. That normally gets let go either way. It looked like you did have Jamar one-on-one top of the screen. So we got double tight ends in the backfield here. Come on, T. He was definitely holding your arm, but let's see this. Kappa and Browning doing some pre-snap protections. Oh, yeah. He grabbed his arm. They threw the flag too. Browning does have a tendency to stare his pass down a little bit. We saw that against the Steelers on that pick 6. Good gain. Pick up a 5 on first down in the red zone. 2nd and 5 from the 10. Let's see the play call. I guess after the other view here. Run game was very effective against the Chiefs. Look at everyone crowding the line of scrimmage here. 4 down line, 3 linebackers. You got 1 drop out. You get a couple more with Mixon. All right, so it's 3rd down. Looks like you got about 3 yards to go. Another handoff. and you're close.
Yeah.
I hate the
That was for
counters you don't
Travion.
pull.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah, Vike, if you're going to run a counter, I get not maybe pulling a guard, but you should probably pull a tight end or something there so you can have a lead blocker. Our guards just aren't athletic enough to pull. I feel like if Mims is healthy, this is a big Mims game.
That is horrible.
Blown up.
That
blown up.
Wow,
It's on those 5 guys up front.
We just walked through the front door.
We'll run this in slow-mo so we can see everyone who missed their block here. Okay, so let's see here. Blitz right through the A gap. No one's there.
Okay, why do we shift left? Is it Kappa who missed?
It looks like it.
Like he missed the slide because everybody on the left side went left.
If you're lined up, and again, I might be wrong on how many guys are out there. Let's say here's your starting 5, and then you're going to bring in a jumbo, and then you're going to bring in a tight end here. They're going to have your QB, your running back. You normally always keep one out wide just in case they all cheat in here. But let's just say it's something like that, and then you can even run like another tight end, whatever, right? This is kind of our alignment. If they're all going to slide this way and they're going to crash down on the D line, then that's where it would make sense to either run Mixon behind this right here, or if you're saying it's short, have him find something between A gap. But if you are crashing down and someone is coming through A gap and you're the guard, it is your responsibility to pick them up there and to keep crashing down as well. And just we failed at that very basic principle there. This is where I want to see Zach get a little more creative with play call. Yeah, I don't mind running heavy here. Like if it's 4th and goal and you want to come out and you want to run a little bit heavy personnel, I'm totally fine if you want to run, a tight end, bring in Zach Moss. This is where I don't want to see Chase Brown in the game, right? And then you can still keep a Jamar and a T right out here. So the defense has to respect this. They can't put all their numbers in here. So more likely they're going to go man. And again, you're sitting at about the 10-yard line. You do have a little bit of room. The routes aren't as condensed. If there's going to be no safety help over the top, you have 2 playmakers right out here where if Burrow is in, he could see this right here, and you could check to it. Or, again, it's 4th and short. You could run through the A gap on either side as long as the line understands which way they're sliding, whether it's this way or whether it's this way. You could run a play action out of this because, again, you have 2 top playmakers out here. But, again, like I get it's a little bit risky. If it's 4th and 1 for me, let me clean this up a little bit here for you guys. So if it's 4th and 1, they have to respect this right here. So more than likely, they're going to go with some sort of bear front. They're going to have some heavier personnel on the field. Got to respect those guys out there. And they're probably going to have one safety over the top, but he's going to be cheating down. This is where if I have Joe Burrow and I get it's Jake Browning and I have Jamar Chase out here, I'm telling Jamar, get to that pylon. I'm going to throw that shit to you. You're either going to make a play on it or you're going to draw a penalty. And then we're going to get a new set of downs and then we're going to go score. Now, if the defense wants to shift some people out over here to respect this a bit more, Now you're running against the lighter box. Now you're telling your guys to get activated on the O-line and your tight end room and to, go pick up that first down, go pick up that yardage. But, if you're going to go heavy personnel and your line's not going to slide the correct way, then it's going to be tough. Here, let me do this real quick. Nope, that did not work. Okay, I'll just keep doing this. It's fine. Not a big deal. So again, no good. It's no good there. There's a screen pass. There you go, Chase. No safety help, easily checking to a pass. Safety help, I have numbers around the ball. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You have Jamar Chase. And on top of that, if Burrow's not able to get him the ball there, like if Burrow fucks up a pass there and there's no safety help, it's all on him, Then he'll just have to get it back that next drive. I'm cool with giving him that opportunity on fourth down. There's Jake just kind of holding on to the ball a little bit long, waiting for something to happen. 1st and 10, so instead of picking up anything positive, you end up sitting in 2nd and 10. Bringing pressure. Jake gets the ball out quickly. That's the thing with Spags is he will blitz. He'll blitz a lot, and that'll leave his corners on an island. So if you're able to hold up just a split second longer, I mean, look how many people they're rushing there. They're rushing 5. Is that Karlaftis? They drop into coverage there. Yep. Look how far out they got him lined up here against Jonah because they know that's the mismatch. And look what he does to him. Both your tackles kind of get folded there. But this is where I feel like the quality of tackle, have they blitzed when Mixon wasn't in the game? That I'm not sure. That's a good one to look at. Let's see here. The Texans placed Jeff Okuda on IR. That just happened. Raheem Mostert is not playing Thursday night, and A-Chain might also be out on Thursday as well. So the Browns also put Maurice Hurst on IR too. Heavier personnel. See how much time's left in this game here. So we're in the 4th quarter now. There we go. Chris Jones immediately beats Cordell Volson. That's blocked actually pretty well, and they rushed 5 there. And nobody's really open downfield to help Jake out. Yeah, and you got one-on-ones across the board. Oh, well, we left in Drew Sample. So it's 6-on-5. Drew Sample takes on his guy well. Now you have to punt the ball again. Your offense is going a bit stagnant. Jake's getting a little tentative with the football. Starting to stress out a little bit in the pocket. No one's getting immediately open. He doesn't want to hit Tyler Boyd on the check down here. Yep, we're going to do the Ravens film immediately after this. And then we'll close it up for the day after the Ravens-Chiefs film. And then tomorrow I'll do some college football stuff. So if you guys have any prospects you want to watch in here or anything like that, I'll check and see if I have the all-22 on them. And then we'll get some college football. And then obviously tomorrow, Thursday night, we'll watch that Bills Dolphins game on Thursday night. So that's kind of the tentative plan. Linebacker from Cal is crazy. I'll see if I have him on my draft sheet. We'll check him out though. Yeah, so if anyone has some prospects they want to watch, it'll be kind of a shorter thing. It won't be long, just one position group sort of stuff. It'll be, whatever all-22 I can get my hands on, and we'll go from there. There's Jake holding on to the ball. Starting to lose the field position battle a little bit too. Rushing 4, you're blocking 6. He's holding on to the ball. Karloff still gets his ankles there. Then you get killed on a punt return. It's unfortunate. They're talking shit to the punter, but the punter got him out of bounds. Why are you running out of bounds when it's a punter? You should break that tackle. So I feel like this is towards the end of the game. You're going pass heavy here. They're rushing 4. Good pickup. Hey, look, Tanner Hudson. He actually didn't fumble that time. We can't pigeonhole ourselves into playing from behind. We have to make them respect the run all game. Yep. I think that's what was working so well, was being able to run the football. And again, your game plan is going to change a bit from a Jake Browning to a Joe Burrow. Maybe you're not as aggressive with running the football, which is fine. We were operating at a damn near 60-40 split on Sunday. That's pretty solid to me. That's kind of the split I want to see. There's a screen pass. That's a nice catch. I feel like if you're operating at a 60-40 split and you're able to get some points, avoid the turnovers, you're looking okay in this game. But, obviously if you go down 21-3 or some shit like we have in the past, you kind of have to get away from the run game a little bit. Mixing whiffs on a blitz pickup there. This is where the pressure kind of becomes too much, if I remember correctly. I think we get sacked, like 2 or 3 straight times? Mixon's got to make that block there. In a gotta-have-it situation, you need a team captain. You see the C on his chest there. He's got to step up and make a play. They rush 4, you block 7, and they still get a sack. You got Travion, you got Sample. It's on Travion. Is this the one we pick up to Tyler Boyd? Yeah. And then we go right back to Jake getting killed again in the pocket. Jake's got to climb the pocket a little earlier. Yeah. Oh, no, definitely. You got to be able to step up. And actually right there, the interior is holding up. Obviously, it's a different rep, but right there, Orlando just gets beat by Karlaftis. Again, rushing 4, you're blocking 6. You just paid your tackle a ton of money. He's got to make that block there. Can't be getting beat like that. Again, it's a gotta-have-it situation. Now it's 2nd and long. You're trying to go get some points, stay in the game, keep your playoff hopes alive. Now Spags brings the blitz. And Chris Jones gets through relatively untouched there. Now you're backed up even more. That might have been Trent Irwin's first target of the day. $65 got beat pretty bad. All right, 4th down, and you got a mile to go. They're rushing 4, dropping 7. Jake lets it go. Throws it up to T. There goes your season, man. He climbs the pocket there well. But that is how your year ends right there. Your quarterback gets sacked back-to-back times. He gets pressured on the 3rd, and now it's 4th and a mile, and he's got nowhere to really go because they're just going to take everything away over the top. Yeah, I mean, so that's how they looked against us. So, again, Spags is going to try to confuse with the blitz. He's going to show, a 4-down rusher, and then he's going to have like an edge right here who's going to rush, you think. Then instead of him rushing, he drops out into a zone. And then, you got a blitzer lined up here. So now he's actually coming. instead of this edge, and that confuses your protections a little bit. And then on that last drive, you get beat with them rushing 4, you get beat with them rushing 6 or 7. Like, again, you have to stay positive on first down. The Bengals cannot live in a second and long on Sunday. So yeah, there you go. 25-17. Let's go ahead and we will move on here. Get rid of that. We do not need to watch this again. I don't need people freaking out. All right, here we go. Chiefs defense, Ravens offense. Again, look at what they're trying to do. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 down. They're showing a blitz. He's up there. You're able to keep Derrick Henry at the line of scrimmage kind of contained. This is really a 5 down right here. I believe this is an illegal formation right here on the Ravens, right? On their tackle. Rushing 4, there's no pressure around him at all. He just gets the ball out quick. I don't want to see Irwin on the field over Burton this Sunday, but I know he is. We've already seen him do absolutely nothing against him 2 times. Yeah. That will be frustrating. I mean, Trent Irwin cannot be your wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4. And that's kind of what he was, a wide receiver 3 for us really on Sunday. And did we see any presence from him at all? No. We saw nothing from him. So there's Chris Jones blowing up one of the guards one-on-one. I believe that was Falele from Minnesota. I don't know how he's going to translate to guard. That's a large human being. He should probably be playing tackle. But I get it. They got their tackles squared away. And this is something that killed the Chiefs a lot on 3rd and long situations. These checkdowns to their wide receivers. So again, they have to respect Lamar's running ability here. They end up crashing 4 from the right, and it leaves an open spot to this side of the field that the Ravens are able to exploit and get the ball to. Get that one red dot out of there. So now it's 1st and 10. You just picked up a chunk play on 3rd down. Now you're going to go right back to Derrick Henry, and they're able to get him at the line. Again, they have to respect that. So wait till you see how many people are in the box here. You got 4 down, and then you got 4 right here. You got 8 dudes in the box because they're not worried about the threat of the pass on the outside. They don't respect these Ravens receivers like that. That's where if the Bengals want to go heavy like that, I'm totally for it because they still do have to respect Jamar Chase on the outside. So now you're rushing 5. It's a hell of a play right there. Hell of a play by the edge. Burrow has had a little bit of an issue with batted passes at the line of scrimmage. So that might be something to just be a little mindful of. They're showing 4 down linemen. I think these are offsettings too. So you see how they're showing blitz with linebacker, he backs off. They're showing it on this other side too. They're just trying to confuse the O-line's protections like pre-snap, and they're going to do that with us. If our O-line's not ready to go, it could get a little bit ugly. So, yeah, that was an offsetting penalty there. Again, showing blitz. They don't actually send it. Chenal kind of plays like a spy right there. Their other linebacker, I believe that's Nick Bolton. He picks up Justice Hill out of the backfield. So right here. They're showing blitz. They also have him, but he's actually just going to pick up this tight end here. So he doesn't actually rush. He's just trying to read the quarterback, stay free, get in the passing lane. They're not going to spy Burrow as much as they do Lamar, obviously, because Lamar is more of a threat to run the football. Lamar's essentially a one-read-and-go quarterback. There's Derrick Henry getting some positive yards. But if they don't have a spy on Burrow, he can make you pay from time to time with his legs. So that could be an advantage for us. They went against a scheme with a run-heavy quarterback. Now they're seeing a guy who's not going to run like Lamar, but when he gets the opportunity to and the play is not there, he will take it. He'll take what he can get. He's also going to take less shots than Lamar, too. He's not going to slow down as the game goes on because he's going to get out of bounds and protect himself. So now it's what, 4th and short? I don't think they got it there. All right, now it's 4th and 1. And there goes Lamar. They haven't blitzed much against him. Yeah, I feel like you don't want to blitz against a running quarterback. I feel like that's going to set you up for some failure there. Joe isn't as mobile as Lamar, so I feel like we're going to see more blitzes. I really like that concept they just ran there, getting Likely out to lead block for Lamar, especially when all you need is a yard. Like, that's easy money right there. Motion Derrick Henry out, which is hysterical because he is not a receiving threat. Look at his slow ass motioning out. Let Linderbaum get in front of him. 72, man. I'm sad he's a Raven. I liked Voorhees in the draft. Hoping Mims comes back this week. Start over Trent. That Jenkins returns as well. Wish that McKinley, Jenkins, Miles didn't get hurt. Feels though they would have helped us a lot. Absolutely. Yeah, those injuries really do suck. And that's what I was kind of talking about a little bit earlier today in one of the chats that I'm in. It's unfortunate, but it's also one of those things where it's like you can't fully rely on rookies to step in, like McKinley being the only true zero that we have on the roster. That was trouble from the get-go. Because what if he's, again, like I think he'll be a good zero, but what if he's not good year one? Or what if he gets injured year one, which he did, and now you don't have a true zero on your roster? At least with Jenkins, like his loss does hurt, but you do have BJ Hill, Sheldon Rankins that we're going to be playing in front of him anyways. And then, yeah, Miles gets hurt, and it's, now you're relying on Sam Hubbard to rush the passer, and Sam Hubbard went 0 for against the passer, or rushing the passer, I should say. 0% pass rush win rate. He generated absolutely nothing when the Patriots threw the ball, and he also wasn't very good in run defense either. He was arguably our worst defensive lineman on Sunday. So We just need to get these guys healthy and back. I don't know of how much Mims changes that game, but I would like for him to be back against the Chiefs because you can run that heavy personnel and you can let him do some damage in the run game. So now they're calling a play action because they've established the run effectively and it's wide open. That's one of the fun things when you have tight ends the way the Ravens do. And I would say arguably we do too. You're able to still get some explosive plays out of your bigger formations, out of your 12s. And again, 2 tight ends and a fullback right here. Reed just got beat. He's not good in coverage. Like, he's really not. I would say he's good in run support. I do not like Eric Reed in coverage at all. And that's a matchup I would look to exploit all day on Sunday. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. Gesicki should have a big game. Gesicki, again, we talked about it a lot, motioning Jamar into the slot, forcing a linebacker to pick him up, whether it's a Bolton, a Chenal, Reed, if he's there. I know he's safety, but get that favorable matchup. And there's Zay being a little bit afraid of some contact from McDuffie. Again, everything they're doing right now is quick. It's quick, and then when the play breaks down, Lamar uses his legs, and they're able to establish the run. So quick passing game, establish the run, and if you're going to take a deeper shot and it's not there, just pick up what you can get with your legs. See, there he is tackling. Bateman was open there. I would assume they would have quite a few open receivers that Lamar just misses. He's not very patient in the pocket. Again, fielding a punt at your 10-yard line. Let that shit bounce. Try to get the touchback there. They did have a couple guys breaking free there, but anyways, you still shouldn't be fielding the punt inside the 10 there. Look at this. More big personnel. Say it ain't so, Lamar. Say it ain't so. Bad ball security in the pocket. This is one of the things. If you're going to turn your back to the defense, by the time you turn around, if your line loses immediately like they just did, you're in trouble as a quarterback. So everyone talking about, oh, play action under center, play action under center. It works great if your offensive line doesn't lose immediately. And if they lose immediately, you're going to get fucked up in the pocket. And you're going to have nowhere to go. That's just what I want people to understand for a second. We talk under center, but under center really only works if those front 5 are working. And if they're not, that's what you're looking at right there. A strip sack. Like, he fucking rips your quarterback's arm, fumble, like. Yeah, Chris Jones beat an immediate double team. The game plan for Lamar should be, how many times can I hit him? That should be the game plan for every single quarterback. If you're a defensive coordinator and you are trying to, and you're not trying to legally, not like some bounty gate bullshit, not some injure guys bullshit. But if you're a defensive coordinator and your goal isn't how many times can I smack this motherfucker and make him quit, then you're kind of doing it wrong, I feel like. Especially a guy like Lamar. Lamar's going to try to get outside the pocket, do like his running bullshit. Like, no, that's where you tell your linebackers, like, hit him square in the ribs. Make him not want to run the football anymore. Try to beat it out of him and make him a pocket quarterback. Because that's where he doesn't want to be. Lamar does not want to be in the pocket. He's not good in the pocket. We all saw it, you know? And the difference between the Joe Burrow game and the Lamar game is the Joe Burrow game, him checking down, being a little tentative, that's an anomaly. The thing with Lamar is what we saw, that's just who he is, you know? This is Lamar. I don't think the Chiefs will play as much 4-3 against us. No, I don't think so either. I think they're going to live out of a nickel most of the time. Especially if we stick with this, shotgun, keep them wide sort of thing. Then they're especially going to have to live in nickel. They have to respect Yoshi in the slot. I think the T. Higgins injury is going to kind of dictate our install for this week, which will then dictate what they're planning on doing. If it's Yoshi and Jamar, then I feel like our odds of seeing a lot of 4-3 skyrockets. If T plays and it's T, Yoshi, and Jamar, then you're going to see nickel more often. See, again, get your hits in. Fuck them up there. Is this? Yep, this is the 4th down play. Look at this stupid shit. Nelson Aguilar doesn't even block McDuffie there. And they had him confused too. What the fuck are you doing, 15? So the Ravens try to get too cute for their own good. Motion Justice Hill out wide. You go 5 wide. If I'm here, I'm thinking it's either a screen or he's going to run. Again, you put your receiver in the slot, you match him up against the linebacker, good things happen. Sorry, Drew Tranquil. But, again, good things happen if you put Jamar in the slot. Promise. Karloftis had no response to that speed on that reverse. That was nuts. He was just frozen there. Kind of getting leaned on a little bit on that D-line. That's a big ask for Drew Tranquil. Why are you asking for a flag? You just got dominated, bro. Stop crying. You know, his running just drove that defense crazy, too. They had no response to that. Chris Jones loses his gap integrity on the pass rush. Okay, let's jump ahead just a little bit here. So this is the second quarter still. Let's get to the fourth. Nothing really happened too much in the third outside of a really terrible throw that Lamar got bailed out on at the end of the third quarter. Probably shouldn't have started with an extra point, but that's fine. All right, here we go. So again, they're showing 3-down lineman with an edge with his hand up. It looks like they're struggling a little bit against these outside runs. So the Ravens are kind of getting them. Got it to Isaiah Likely in space. He makes a play. Andrews just whiffed. Andrews did not have a good game at all. Get another quarterback design run. Maybe we're not learning as much as we thought we were going to about the Chiefs defense since they played such a Mickey Mouse offense. Because we're not going to see zone reads out of Burrow. We do not run the read option really here at all. They won't play us at all like this? No, absolutely not. So hoping he plays this week. We'll find out today. They have practice, so. Again, another quarterback run. That's a hell of a block by Isaiah Likely there. Chase Brown game. Yeah, Chase Brown and Lamar have more in common than you know. Lamar hesitates on the deep shot and misses it entirely. Because that's who Lamar is as a QB. What a dot. Again, you have a wide open receiver. Can't hit him in stride. There's Mark Andrews on third down. Did he just trip or did he just like give himself up? They're not winning a lot in those short yardage situations. A lot of miscommunication there. Linderbaum with the hold. They missed that. It's a pretty clear hold, too. They're able to get there rushing 4 on this one. Look where they have Chris Jones lined up. Outside near the tackle, hand up. And, all right, now he's getting down 3-point stance. There you go. Kind of takes play off there, doesn't he? Makes a good initial push, but no receiver separation. Yeah, because their receivers are bums. Rushing 3. Now watch 54 here. Watch Chanel. He's just going to spy Lamar. Wherever he goes, he goes. Now, I'm not anticipating them really using a spy on us unless Burrow starts doing that Jake Browning shit last year. I was about to say, let's speed this up a little bit. We don't care about kickoffs. All right, here we go. 2-minute drill. See how the Chiefs operate this. Rush 3 with the spy on Lamar. They just kind of give up everything underneath. Hope we score more than 10 points. I do too. Unless the Chiefs only score 9. Then 10 points is what it is. Chris Jones loses his responsibility on the edge there. Lamar gets a clear lane to step up and run. We talked about that a lot on the Bengals side. That could be something to watch on the Chiefs side as well. Deep shot, nothing there. Again, they're just giving up the sidelines free. They're just keeping everything in front of them right now. It's just a short passing game here. That delayed stunt was nasty. Oof. Oh, yeah, that's the one we watched. That's the concussion, right? He smacked him like right in the face mask with his shoulder. Again, checkdowns are open. They're moving the pocket. This is a little, again, this is a situational defense. They're running, a 2-minute drill. So they're not going to give up this soft coverage all game. But this could be something to look at towards the end of half, into game situation if we have this opportunity that they're going to play everything deep. They're not going to let anything beat them over the top. So we will have an opportunity to walk the ball down the field a little bit. I think they'll bring that fourth rusher instead of having him spy. Yeah. 1,000,000%. Because, I mean, yeah, Burrow can get loose with his legs. He's not going to look to do it as often as Lamar's going to. He'll do it if play breaks down, but Joe's a pass first guy. Lamar's a run first guy. So the need for a spy isn't as prevalent. But we did see it, like just watching that Bengals Chiefs game from last year. They did start bringing that spy. Lamar gets his tight end fucked up with a terrible throw. This might be the most egregious miss right here. So he's trying to say he's throwing to Bateman instead of Zay, and it's like neither of them are open. I mean, Zay's open, but he said he's throwing to Bateman, and it's like just take responsibility and just say you fucked up and you missed a throw. Chris Jones on Justice Hill is certainly a decision that I hope the Bengals never make. Now here's the game right here, right? This last play. Again, Justice Hill blocking Chris Jones. He does an admirable job, but oh yeah, you can see on the all 22 how clear it is. He's out of bounds. So that's how your game ends, with Isaiah Likely celebrating a catch that isn't a touchdown. Then we all see the clip of him in the tunnel freaking out. The Chiefs on defense, I think the Ravens game, it's a little bit hard to kind of quantify. We don't have a QB who's going to run. We also have better wide receivers, so I think that changes their game plan a little bit. They did leave in a spy a lot, so if they were rushing 4, they still had a 5th that was brought in as a spy. If they rushed 3, they had a 4th that was brought in as a spy. Not going to have to do that with Burrow unless he starts killing them. I think that game from last year is a better indicator of what we're going to see. The Bengals ran a lot of heavy personnel in that game, whether it's 12, whether we brought in an extra lineman, whatever it may be. And we attempted to run the football between the tackles, and that worked really well when we were able to offset it with the screen passes and with the play action game. That would be what I would look to kind of pick at this week, would be, maybe first down, you work on establishing the run inside. If you pick up good yardage, you could bring in a Chase Brown. You could run him to the outside, kind of give them that change of pace backfield like we're anticipating to see. The other option is, you get Burrow under center if your offensive line's blocking well enough, and you could have, Burrow under center, and then you could have him boot out, and you could just have like a flood concept, whatever you want, like right here. So Burrow's got options. You could have, Sample here setting the edge to block, maybe even a block, and then he can release out to the flat, something like that. Yeah, and Vike just also said that Jamar needs to have over 6 targets. I don't care if it's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I do not care. Get Jamar however many targets he can take. Get him the football. Again, they lost L'Jarius Sneed. They do still have Trent McDuffie. But that is something to watch. I would say another key is to run 12 personnel. And with 12 personnel, you need to run with all and Sample. Let them do their thing. You need to let Tanner Hudson go. You cannot be giving snaps to him when you got, 3 better tight ends on the roster. And again, you can use Mike. Don't use Mike Gesicki as a tight end at all. Use Gesicki as like an oversized Y. Let Mike Gesicki run your slot, and then you can have something like a Jamar. You could run a Gesicki over here. Run your, whoever the fuck you want out there. Hopefully it's T. Higgins. Hopefully this is Andre Yosevich. You leave in your 5 guys to block. You can put Burrow back here. You could put either a Chase Brown here. You could put a Zach Moss here to give a threat of the run. You could bring a Drew Sample here, and you could use Drew Sample as an H-back to go help if they're bringing pressure on either side. And, this Gesicki right here and Jamar right here is going to cause fits for the defense. I think that's where you're going to have to attack them. And you're going to have to do what we talked about the Chiefs doing really well yesterday on offense. You have to be multiple with them. I really do like what we did in that first game last year against them where, we'd go from like a 12 plus an extra lineman, and then we would go to an 11, and then we would take all tight ends off the field, and we'd run, 4 wide receivers, 1 running back. Be multiple in your looks with them. Don't just settle for one personnel grouping. Like, I feel like we kind of settled on our personnel groupings last week. You can't really do that with this defense. You have to give them different looks to get guys like Drew Tranquill and Nick Bolton. And, I don't know if this is Justin Reed, but let's say this guy right here is Justin Reed. To get these guys on Jamar, that's the mismatch. McDuffie versus Jamar is a fair matchup, especially if you get safety help over the top. But be multiple in your looks with them and, make them question everything they're seeing on defense and get them confused. Use a lot of pre-snap motions. Use a lot of Jamar in the slot. Then you could bump him back outside to your outside receiver. Like, don't let them get comfortable in what they're seeing, because as soon as the defense is comfortable, that's when you're in trouble. As soon as you let them find their footing, find their rhythm, they're just killing you, 3 and outs, maybe it's a 6 and out, something like that. Like, you can't let that defense get comfortable and let them stay fresh throughout the entire game. 50 snaps is not enough in a full NFL game. You really start landing your big blows and your body shots at 60, 70, 80 plays in a game. So 50 snaps is not enough. You need to control the ball, control time of possession on offense. You do that by running the football effectively, killing them in play action, giving them a lot of different personnel groupings, keeping your guys fresh. And that's something that I think we're capable of doing. It's all just going to fall on our offensive play calling and our execution for this one. But that's really all I got for you guys today. We watched the Bengals and Chiefs from last year. We watched the Chiefs and Ravens. The Chiefs and Ravens is a little bit of a different story, a running quarterback. But I think the template is there. We just kind of have to execute. We have to have a good game plan. Everybody has to be at their best for this game. And you just can't have any repeats of last week. No mental mistakes, no fumbling the football, no turnovers. Like, play your best football and the rest will take care of itself. So tomorrow, tentatively, the plan is to do some college football film. And then we'll be back tomorrow night to watch that primetime game. If college football film doesn't happen, you guys can feel free to DM me. Like, any players you want me to watch, I can cut up some clips. I can put it on the timeline for everybody. But until then, go to the YouTube channel. I'll upload this as soon as we're done here. But thanks, everyone, for hopping in. I'll talk to you guys later. Hoo day, boys.